Try to keep my heart pure, big talk, but it came out and stayed. Tried to stay in love, big talk, but instead I'm in pain. I learned as a child, big talk, just shut the whole thing down. That polluted well, big talk, that whole polluted careless words, say no more. But now that the door has been opened, it can never be closed. Careless words, I can never unknow. I can never unknow. One that sparks and flares, big talk, when I say your name. Where went your love, big talker, 'cause that's where I go. I'm no longer here, big talker, I'm searching high and low. Even one foot out the door. Careless words, say no more. But now that the door has been opened, it can never be closed. Careless words, I can never unknow. You can never unknow.
lived in the little town of West Seattle on the other side of Puget Sound. Little tiny house, little bitty kitchen. He was a Norwegian immigrant, gave all of his life to the logging and to the union. He carried his red card in the union every working day of his life. We sat in that little kitchen and he told me the story of the Spokane free speech fight, 1910. I would not attempt to duplicate that rumbling baritone voice or that Norwegian accent, but it's the story the way he told it. He said, oh, they boomed into Spokane and towns all over the West, looking for work in the silver mines up in the Coeur d'Alenes, or in the logging camps, or in the wheat harvest, the 110 cats, the great wheatlands that flow away south of Spokane called the Palouse. Well, you jungle up in the flops, wait for the weather to break, and then you go down on the street on Trent Avenue, and there were these rows of little shops called labor sharks. Well, labor sharks hold jobs. You give a labor shark $4 and it entitled you to a job, say putting down a new mine shaft up in the Coeur d'Alenes. Well, you'd boom up there to that job, burning up your road stake as you went. You get up there, work a month, get paid, and then fired. Why? Because the foreman on the job was splitting the labor fees with the shark in town. Crooked as hell. They called it perpetual motion, where you had one job, one worker going to the job, one worker on the job, one worker coming back to buy another damn job. Well, he said that the union, the Wobblies, IWW, they came into those towns all over the West in Spokane and to build union hiring halls to control the conditions of their labor. Well, the one in Missoula, Montana was burned down. The one in Spokane was torn down by the law. So the Wobblies went down on the street, and they put up soapboxes, and they get up on the soapbox and start windmilling, street speaking, exhorting, and they'd always set up right across the street from the Starvation Army. Be over there Bible banging and Jesus preached and telling these working folks that to give what they had to Jesus to get pie in the sky by and by. My, that's a lie. Well, they were good at it. People flocked across the street to join a fighting union, which offers a more immediate form of salvation than the standard garden variety. Scared the tar out of the city and out of the bosses, so they passed an ordinance against free speech, against speaking openly on the street. Applied to everybody except the Salvation Army. Now that's intolerable. We all know that the state can't give you free speech, and the state can't take it away. You're born with it, like your eyes, like your ears. We all understand that. Like old Campbell said, freedom is something you assume, then you wait for somebody to try to take it away from you. The degree to which you resist is the degree to which you are free. So they said, okay, we're going to resist. They sent out a call to anybody cut loose from a job in the whole territory. They flooded into town on the freight trains, filled it up, put that soapbox up on Trent Avenue in defiance of the law, built a line 4 blocks down and 4 blocks up, and every one of those booming workers took their turn up on that soapbox. Had time enough to say, fellow workers, and they got arrested. Well, that was the idea, of course, to fill the jails. The Finnish workers, they were the tough ones. The Finnish immigrants were socialists when they got here. The Finnish worker learned enough English to be able to say, fellow workers, and if the cop wasn't right there, he'd say, where's that damn cop? Well, they filled the city jail, filled the county jail, filled the sports arena, all the high school gyms, grade school gyms. Every square inch of public space was full of busted boomers. But then the city had to feed them. The tax burden was enormous. And the taxpayers balked and said, we're not going to spend our hard-earned loot to feed that bunch of grimy grifters down in the slammer. So they had to change the ordinance. And they won. And it didn't take any ballot boxes, and it didn't take any political parties. It's called direct action and comes to us highly recommended. Highly recommended.
porch and smoke J and remember how peaceful life can be. But all night long are a bunch of pushers selling drugs right there on my TV. Drugs that, whether or not I buy, are gonna end up in my water supply. Along with who knows what else, who knows when. Just gotta take a deep breath and drink it in. And round here, if there's one thing people know, it's that government ain't there for you, it's all for show. And I'm trying to tell them, don't have to be so, but I can understand that their confidence is low. Cause round here, people so high they can't see over the tops of the tall pine trees, down to the mouth of the Mississippi. Oh, blood ignited in a blighted sky, blood on the water like we all could die, blood in the reeds glistening in the sun, blood on our hands, each and every one. Here in the car before the wars, when the earth shrugs us off like dinosaurs. Here in the sunset days of yore, the first signs washing ashore. Somehow, since the changing of the guard and all, I mean, dude could be FDR right now, and instead he's just shifting his ways. And the disappointment is the knockout blow, filmed and torture us slow-mo. Oh, hope, please come where I can see. Don't let the poison get the best of me. Louisiana, in the gut where hunches come from, a message goes out loud as it can. Oh, truth is for telling, truth is foretold, truth is for those with the guts to be whole. We got vampires down here in Louisiana. We need voodoo dolls, we need talismans, we need wooden stakes and shards of light. We need harbingers riding through the night. We need fountains, we need whale harpoons to overthrow the water tycoons. Cause there's no fish in the water, no birds in the sky, no life in the soil, no end to the light. No time like the present, and it's passing us by. But it's never too late to try. Cause if we all had to change, we all just would. And we would move closer, and that would be good. And we would buy local, and we would buy less. And we'd realize that wasn't our happiness. No, 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 that wasn't. And God is come and lift us here in deep ends, Louisiana. And God is come and lift us here in deep ends, Louisiana. And God is come and lift us here looking for my freedom now I've been looking for a while. I will sing of sorrow yesterday, sure to lose a few tomorrows. That time I should loved you, I just watched it slip away. Please say yes to me tonight. I will lie down by you easy. We can wipe our tears away. Shake the fear and sorrow. Baby, we'll be born again tonight. Now our singing sounds so sweetly while our fingers do the playing. Loving is a ballad, you can rest it for a while. Oh, the silver and the golden can't sleep in the museums. I wash your jeweled laughter, I will keep you from the robbers. Please say yes to me tonight. I will lie down by you easy. We can wipe our tears away. Shake the fear and sorrow. Baby, we'll be born again tonight. I won't show you when I'm crying or frightened by my dying. Looking for my freedom, I've been looking for a while. I will sing of sorrow yesterday, sure to lose a few tomorrows. That time I should have loved you, I just watched it slip away. Please say yes to me tonight. I will lie down by you easy. We can wipe our tears away. Shake the fear and sorrow. Baby, we'll be born again tonight. Baby, we'll be born again tonight. Baby, we'll be born again tonight.
Yes, us people are just poems with 90% metaphor, with a leanness of meaning, bordering on hyper-distillation. And once upon a time, we were moonshine rushing down the throat of a giraffe. Yes, rushing down the long hallway, despite what a PA announcement says. Yes, rushing down the long stairs, with a whiskey of eternity fermented and distilled to 18 minutes, burning down our throats, down the hall, down the stairs in the building so tall that it'll always be there. Yes, it's a part of a pair. They're on the bow of Noah's Ark, the most prestigious couple, just kicking back park against a perfectly blue sky on the morning beatific in this Indian summer breeze, on a day that America fell to its knees after strutting around for a century without saying thank you or please, fell to its knees.
And the shock was subsonic and the smoke was deafening between the setup and the punchline, cause we were all on time for work that day. We all boarded the plane for the fly, and while the fires were raging, we all climbed up on the windowsills and we all held hands and jumped into the sky. And every burrow looked up when it heard the first blast, and every dumb action movie was summarily surpassed. And the exodus uptown by foot and motor car looked more like war than anything I've seen so far. So furious and ingenious, a poetic specter so far gone that every jackass newscaster was struck dumb and stumbling over. Oh my God! And this is unbelievable. And on and on and on. And I'll tell you what, while we're at it, you can keep the Pentagon. Keep the propaganda, keep each and every TV that's been trying to convince me to participate in some prep school punk's plan to perpetuate retribution. What? Perpetuate retribution, even as the blue toxic smoke of a lesson in retribution is still hanging in the air. And there's ash on our shoes, and there's ash in our hair, and there's a fine silt on every mantle from Hell's Kitchen to Brooklyn. And the streets are full of stories, sudden twists and near misses. And soon, every open bar is crammed to the rafters with tales of narrowly averted disasters. And the whiskey is flowing like never before, as all over the country, folks just shake their heads and pour. What? Folks just shake their heads and pour.
So here's a toast to all the folks who live in Palestine and Iraq and El Salvador. Here's a toast to the folks living on the Pine Ridge Reservation.
Yeah, with G.I. Joe still coming back for more.
Here's a toast to all those nurses and doctors who daily provide women with the choice,
who stand down a threat the size of Oklahoma City just to listen to a young woman's voice.
Here's a toast to all the folks on death row right now, awaiting hot oil or guillotine,
who are shackled there with dread and can only escape into their heads to find peace in the form of a dream.
Cause take away our PlayStations, and we are a third world nation, no doubt, under the thumb of some blue blood royal son who brought the Oval Office in that phony election. For the ballots, baby, while we're at it, let me state unequivocally, he is not president of me. Never that. He is not president of me. President of me. Cause I'm a poem heating hybrid distillation. I've got no room for a lie so verbose. I'm looking out over my whole human family, and I'm raising my glass in a toast.
Here's to our last drink of fossil fuel. Let us about to get off of this source. Shoo away the swarms of commuter planes and find the train. Ticket. We lost, cause once upon a time the line followed the river and peeked into all the backyards where laundry was waving and graffiti was teasing us from big walls and bridges. We were rolling over bridges through valley, under stars. I dream of touring like Duke Ellington in my own railroad car.
Yo, I dream of waiting on that big wooden Benz in the grand station, glow with the grace. Standing on the platform, feel the air on my face. Give back the night is distant whistle. Give the darkness its soul back. Give the oil companies the middle finger. Finally we learn how to rock and roll. Yes, the lessons is all around us. The truth is waiting there. It's time to pick through the rebel and clean the streets, clean the air. Give the government a pool they built big dick out of the sands and put it back in their pants and quiet the hypocritical chants. Freedom of speech forever, forever, forever.
When do you stop? When do you stop? When do you stop saying that's the way things go? When do you stop? Stop saying that's the way things go. When do you stop? Stray from the trip. Stray from the trip.
Cause when one long phone rang in 2001 at 10 after 9 on 911, which is the number we all call when that long phone rang right off the wall, right off our desk and down the long hall, down the long stairs in a building so tall that the whole world turned just to watch.
And while we're at it, remember the first time around, the bomb, the Ryder truck, the parking garage, the princess that didn't even feel the pee. Remember joking around in our apartment on Avenue D. Can you imagine how many paper coffee cups would have to change their design, following a fantastical reversal of the New York skyline?
It was a joke, of course, it was a joke at the time, and that was just a few years ago, so let the record show that the FBI was all over that case, that the plot was obvious and in everyone's face, and scoping that scene religiously. The CIA, or is it the KGB, committing countless crimes against humanity with this kind of eventuality as its excuse for abuse after expensive abuse, and it didn't have a clue. Look, another window to see through, way up here on the 104th floor. Look, another key, another door. 10% literal, 90% metaphor. 5,000 some poems disguised as people on an almost too perfect day. Must be more than just pawns in some asshole's passion play. So now it's your job and it's my job to make it that way, to make sure they didn't die in vain. Listen, baby. Tell me, can you hear the train?
This is a song, maybe? I'm not even sure if it qualifies, but something I've been working on a lot, and I think I need to stop now. Yeah, a lot less. Yeah, stop making it longer and start just putting it out there. news every time I answer the phone. So I play and I sing and I just let it ring all day when I'm at home. A de facto choice of macro and microcosmic melancholy. But baby, any way you slice it, I'm thinking I could just as soon use the time alone. Yeah, the goons have gone global and the CEOs are shredding files, and the Democrats and the Republicans are flashing their toothy smiles, and Uncle Tom is posing for a photo op with the Oval Office clan, and Uncle Sam is rigging cockfights in the Promised Land, and that knife you stuck in my back is still there. It pinches a little when I sigh and moan. These days I'm thinking I could just as soon use the time alone. 'Cause all our own people have the power of suggestion, and the freedom of the press is meaningless if nobody asks a question. I mean, causation by definition is such a complex compilation of factors that to even try to say why is to oversimplify. But that's a far cry, isn't it, dear, from acting like you're the only one there, unrepentantly self-centered and unfair. Enter all suckers scrambling for the scoop. Exit Mr. Eye Contact, who took his flirt and flew the coop. But whatever, no matter, no fishing trips, no fishing, 'cause Mama's officially of commission. And did I mention in there somewhere, did I mention somewhere in there that I traded Babe Ruth? Yes, I traded the only player that was bigger than my game. I can't even tell you why, 'cause you think I'm insane, and that's the truth. And the music industry mafia is pimping girl power, sniping off sharpshooter singles from their styrofoam towers. And hip-hop is tied up in a back room with a logo stuffed in its mouth, 'cause the master's tools will never dismantle the master's house. But then I'm getting away from myself as I get closer and closer home. And the difference between you and me, baby, is I get fucked up when I'm alone. And I must admit, today my inner pessimist seems to have got the best of me. We start out sugared up on Kool-Aid and manifest destiny, and then we memorize all the presidents' names like little trained monkeys, and we're spitting to the world so many spinny-eyed junkies, incapable of unraveling the military-industrial mystery, preemptively pacified with history book history. And I've been around the world now, and I can see this about America. The mind control is deep here, man. The myopia is steep here, man. And behold, those that try to expose the reality, who really try to realize democracy are shot with rubber bullets and gassed off the streets, while the global power brokers are kept clean and discreet behind a wall, behind a moat, and that is all, that's all, that's all she wrote. And my heart beats and SSS, 'cause folks just really couldn't care less, as long as every day is Super Bowl Sunday, and larger than life women in lingerie are pouting at us from every bus stop. She loves me, she loves me not, she loves me, she loves me not, she loves me, she loves me not. Big government should not stand between a man and his money. I mean, what's good for business is good for the country. Our children still take that lie like communion, the same old line the Confederacy used on the Union. Conjugate liberty into libertarian and medicated, associated with deregulation, privatization. We won't even know we're slaves on a corporate plantation. Somebody say hallelujah, somebody say damnation, because the profit system follows the path of least resistance, and the path of least resistance is what makes the river crooked, makes it serpentine. Capitalism is the devil's wet dream. So just give me my Judy Garland drugs and let me get back to work, because the Empire State Building is the tallest building in New York, and I always got the feeling you just like to hear it fall off your tongue. But I remember my name in your mouth, and I don't think I was done hearing it close to my ear on a whisper's way to moan. The path of love hits me with more bad news every time I answer the phone. So I play and I sing and I just let it ring all day when I'm at home. A de facto choice of macro and micro cosmic melancholy. But baby, any way you slice it, I'm thinking I could just as soon use the time alone.
Thank you. don't mind spilling my hot sauce on my white shirt. I don't mind that twinge when I walk and that knee that I hurt. I don't mind my gums peeling back on my hair, getting thin. Long as I'm with you, I win. Long as I'm with you, we could be stuck in traffic for over a week, with a car full of quintuplets who are all cutting teeth. And around my neck could be a flaming Christmas wreath, and I'd be smiling under, smiling under, smiling underneath. Every flag in Charleston is at half-staff today, except one, except one. Every flag in Charleston is at half-staff today, except one, except one. Take down your flag to half-staff. Take down your flag to half-staff. She is survived by her children and her grandchildren. Her name is Susie Jackson. She's 87 years old. She is survived by her children and her grandchildren. Her name is Susie Jackson. She was 87 years old. Take down your flag to half-staff. Take down your flag to half-staff. He came back from Vietnam with a purple heart. The Reverend Daniel Simmons Sr. had seen a thing or two. He graduated a master, spent 30 years a pastor. The Reverend Daniel Simmons Sr. had some things to do. Take down your flag to half-staff. Take down your flag to half-staff. Every floor, pew, and Bible, Ethel Lee Lance bent down and kept them clean. She served the glory of God and Mother Emmanuel's vanity. They say Ethel Lee Lance was the heart of her family. Take down your flag to half-staff. Take down your flag to half-staff. Board by board, brick by brick, Myra Thompson helped restore her amazing grace. Board by board, brick by brick, Myra Thompson was another one dedicated to that place. Take down your flag to half-staff. Take down your flag to half-staff. In those same 30 years at the Charleston Public Library, Cynthia Hurd quietly served. From the children at the library to the Lord Almighty, oh, Cynthia Hurd was a steward of
Wanda Coleman Singleton cheered every kid like she cheered her son, and her fire still burns now, and it won't be put out. Yes. Take down your flag to half-staff. Take down your flag to half-staff. He was a pastor at 18 and a congressman at 23. He was Senator Clementa Pickens. He was a pastor at 18 and a congressman at 23. He was South Carolina Senator Clementa Pickens. Take down your flag to half-staff. Take down your flag to half-staff. His name is Tawanza Sanders. He was 26 years old. He had a smile that was known all over town. His name is Tawanza Sanders. He was 26 years old. He was the kind of guy who'd pick you up when you were down. Take down your flag to half-staff. Take down your flag to half-staff. It's gonna take all of the love in all of our hearts, but it's also gonna take something more. It's gonna take all